Namaskar, my friends. Today I am going to talk about coronavirus. So, this is a very serious pandemic which is fallen on us. Started approximately in 2020, and right now we are in 2021. We are going through serious trouble, and especially in India. Right now, it is a lot of cases in India, and India is going through a big struggle now in terms of oxygen cylinder and hospital beds and all those. So about that, I wanted to make one small video. So before I start, I'll do a short prayer and then I'll start. Om Vakratunda Mahakaya Suryakoti Samaprabha Nirvignam Kuru Me Deva Sarvakaryesu Sarvada Saraswati Namastabhyam Varade Kamarupini Vidyarambham Karishyami Siddhir Bhavatu Me Sada. So what is our duty during this coronavirus pandemic? So first important thing is to know that this is not the first time human being facing pandemic. We have survived all pandemics and came stronger human being. And now during this time, important thing is we should be all united and fight together. Bravado of some youth that coronavirus will not do anything to them is a bad idea. They might be asymptomatic carrier of corona and they will spread to others. Finally, it will come back to them. I reminded a story of corn farmer who has won several times national corn championship, and then journalist visited him and wanted to take an interview and asked him, how did you win continuously for so many years? Then the corn farmer told him that I share my pricey corn seed with my neighbor. Then the journalist got surprised. They asked, how is that possible? You share your pricey corn seed with your neighbor and you are winning continuously this competition. Then corn farmer said, it is the neighboring pollen which comes in my corn and pollinate, and if my neighboring corn is not good quality, then the bad quality pollen is going to come and going to reduce the quality of my corn. So that is why it is important my neighboring corn should be good quality. So the moral of the story is we should help each other during this time, and unitedly we should fight for this. This time we should follow all the regulations, safety measures laid down by the governments. This is not a time for unnecessary criticism to the governments. This is a war-like situation. We should support all the essential frontliners like in different fields, medical professionals, water, essential commodities and electric power, etc. As they are taking the great risks, they are our hero of today. We should express heartfelt appreciation for them. This is our national duty. And we need to be very strong during this tough time. Tough time do not last, but tough people do. So I reminded of a story of Narada was visiting a village where cholera swept away, and then Narada met the cholera personified and then asked, how many people you killed? Then cholera personified said, I killed 100 people. And then Narada said, I heard in the news that there are 1,000 people died. Then cholera personified said, I actually killed only 100 people, but other 900 died because of panic. So it is important for us to be strong during this crisis. So, what are the precautions we as a family member can take during this time? Government and medical community are informing us what are the do's and what are the don'ts. It's a airborne virus. It passes through breath. Also, virus has a lifespan when it falls on the other objects. Depending on the objects, it has a lifespan. So we should use mask, social distances, and wash hands very regularly. Increase bodily immunity by taking citrus food, antioxidant type food like amla, oranges, turmeric, ginger, blueberries. These are all good for increasing your immunity. You can also do pranayam. Pranayam will increase your immunity. It balances the energy of the body. So in doing that, it helps your immunity. Also, you should avoid stressful work and situation, as stress reduces immunity. Remember, these are all for body immunity, not a medicine for coronavirus. Generally, during this time, people get very worried and anxious, and people sometimes cannot settle their mind and cannot manage their mind. That's a big challenge during this time. So how to manage mind during this time is a big challenge. So when adversity comes, we always grow from within. We should always remember that. History informs us in the past there are many pandemic happens, like Black Death happened 1353, 200 million people died. Spanish flu 1920, 100 million people died. Bubonic plague 549 million people died. HIV 1981, 35 million people died. We survived all, so we'll survive corona also. Our outside success depends on inside quality, integrity, and well-being. If you know there is a steel tower in Canada, Calgary, that's a immense structure very high up in the sky, and it is almost like 11,000 tons of steel, and 60% are underground as a foundation. So foundation has to be strong for that high rise. So if we want to achieve great success, then we need to have a very strong inner qualities and inner strength. So that foundation, inner foundation, has to be strong for the outside greater success. That is very important to know. Present time has given us opportunity to grow our inner virtue. Learn new skill, sharpen your old skill, do spiritual practices, exercise, yoga, meditation, read Ramayana, Mahabharata, and Upanishads. This corona will go away. We will come out as a strong person. There are people who does devotional service and think that coronavirus is not going to affect them because they are protected by God. This is a very defective thinking. Ancient scripture says that though we are soul, we are encased in a body. Our body is our vehicle. We must maintain our body, which is going to follow material law. It doesn't matter it's a devotee's body or anybody else's. Body is going to follow the material law. So that means coronavirus is going to affect any other person the same way it is going to affect to the devotee's body also. So to maintain body, we must follow material science. If one says that spirituality will take care of everything, then that thinking is defective. On the other hand, if materialist says spirituality is a waste of time, we have solution for all human problems, that thinking is also defective. You can manage your body by the material science, But for mind and intellect, how are you going to manage? You need spiritual science to manage your mind and intellect. So we need both fields equally to reach great success. So now another thinking sometimes people have is we have always faith in goodness of universe, and then during this kind of pandemic situation when a lot of people are dying all around, people generally have a challenge to make peace during this time. How can you make a peace when this universe is giving us so much trouble? And this is the most difficult scenario people go through, thinking about that universe is having a faulty design. Whenever calamity or adversity fallen on us, this question comes: is there any fault in design of the universe? In fact, universe is not here to make our life smooth. Universe is here to grow us to our maximum potential by throwing various challenges to us. There is a saying that smooth sea never make a good sailor. Think about Ram Lila. That 14 years Rama went to forest and then all the incident happened. That 14 years, if we take out from the Ramayana, that 14 years of hardship is the most interesting part. If we take that out, then there is nothing important in Ramayana. So that 14 years of hardship shows devotee like Bharat, servant like Hanuman, brother like Lakshman, immense chastity of Mother Sita. Hardship and challenges are part of the grand design of the universe. They are not meant to put us down. They are meant to grow us. So be patient and look inside yourself instead of outside. It is like when you enter a dark room, then nothing is visible. So it is kind of rhodopsin effect. Slowly your eyes started seeing furniture. If there are people, then your eyes can see them slowly. So it is like that situation. We do not know what to do, but slowly things will get figured out. So we have to be patient. It is like child and that grandmother sweater knitting story. The child is looking from behind, and grandmother is knitting a sweater, and child is asking, "Grandma, what are you doing?" And grandma is saying, "I am making a nice sweater for you." Then child is saying from the back, "I only see some wools here and there. I don't think it is going to be a nice sweater for me." Then grandma said, "You cannot see from there. You come in front of me, then you see." After coming in front, then child see there are nice pattern manifesting. So that is the scenario for us too. When we see things from our side, we are in trouble. If we look at from side of the divinity or universe grand design, then we understand that universe want us to be better and stronger human being. Now there are sometimes people might started thinking. Earlier people used to complain, we don't get time to spend time with family, we all the time in the office working and working. Now suddenly we are in quarantine and lockdown situation everywhere in the world. Not everywhere, maybe in many places. So take this as a golden opportunity, this lockdown and quarantine situation. Detox your mind, like people detox their body by using naturopathy to remove toxins from their body few times in a year. Similarly, keep the mind away from social media, 24/7 news, TV series, etc. Check the news for maybe 5 minutes in a day. That should be more than enough. Do not keep searching news all the time. That will make you very sick. Then stay away from all these other distraction. Instead of engaging mind in the world, take your mind away from the world and engage in God. that will be more beneficial for you. This is a very rare opportunity. You might get once or twice in lifetime. Utilize to grow from within. Now, what are the lessons we can learn from this pandemic? It is important to learn lessons from any situation. Similarly, we should learn from this pandemic too. Difficult time teaches us most sweetest lessons. First lesson is our limitations. Science discovered few things like space travel and like mobile phones, smartphones, and all those kind of stuff, and then started thinking we know everything about everything. Now look at the tiny virus. Science is puzzled, no cure for it. So be humble. You remember the story of Titanic disaster. Engineer thought it is never going to sink, but finally it hit an iceberg and it sank. So be humble. Second is nothing is permanent. Whole life we struggle to accumulate objects, money, all these things we try to gather, but that can be taken away just blink of an eye. The only treasure cannot be taken from us, that is our love for God. Saint Kabir said, all are poor in this world if they do not have love of God. Learn to respect laws of nature. Scientists says that all the pandemics, swine flu, it happens from pig to human. Ebola, bats to animals to human. Majorly happened due to virus transferred from animal to human. Then mad cow disease due to animal product given to cow. If we mess with this, with the laws of nature, then there will be repercussions. One of the cause of global warming is animal consumption by human. Human body is not meant for meat eating. Take a look at the physical structure. Carnivorous animal, they have a small intestine. Canine teeth with linear jaw motion. They drink water by lapping. And small intestine, what it does, all the meat, whatever they eat, it get petrified faster and taken out from the body also faster. And in case of human body, intestine is 10 times larger than body and have molar teeth with bidirectional movements of jaws. Drink water by sucking. So this is, if you see the intestine is so long, if you eat meat, and the meat is going to produce lot of toxins when it breaks down, and all these toxins are going to stay so longer time, and scientists says the meat eater will have 200% higher risk of cancer than vegetarian people. If human stops animal consumptions, then chance of pandemic will also reduce. So in the end, stay healthy, stay safe, stay home. Thank you very much. Namaskar.